Yo, it's your boy Dean.
Tim.
Teran.
And another episode of Dean's Office. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming. I mean, not coming like they in the house, but for listening, participating, liking, subscribing, doing all that good stuff. I really appreciate the support that we continue to get. We still on the push for 200. So,
200 subscribers.
200. So if you haven't, or if you know somebody, get them to subscribe, and so we can get it moving. All right. So football season about to start.
And we're not coaching this year.
Well, y'all not coaching. I'm coaching.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, football season about to start. This is a dead time. It's like this past month and a half. It's like a 2-month window of no sports. I mean, they got WNBA, and they got baseball.
They still got sport. That's sports, though.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying, the main sports. It's a dead window. Not until August. Yeah, I don't want to get him riled up, but yeah. So we got a good one because a lot been happening
Since our time away.
Yeah, so the little break, we have there's a couple of things been popping off, especially in Florida. So we're going to jump into that today. So anything we'll add before we close out? Now we good?
I think we're good, man. Let's go.
Let's go. Yo.
World, you're needed in the dean's office.
Like I said, we got a good one. Usually, Ron DeSantis, I hope I'm saying his name right. He generally give us a lot of content for our podcast because he's always doing a lot. He's running for president. So now, some of the repercussions or some of the actions that's coming that he set in motion. So they updated the curriculum for the 2023 season. About Black history, what they're gonna teach us.
He's like his football.
I mean,
he's like
school year.
Same thing. Season,
seems like a season. It seems like
but
we
yeah,
watching TV.
He updated the Black curriculum on how it's gonna be taught. I'm quoting from him. He said they had some scholars sit down and discuss how the curriculum is going to be, what we're going to be teaching our kids. It's just for middle school or is it high school as well?
The whole
at every
high school from every level, all right?
Every level has a different thing they can teach on.
Yeah, so they have infiltrated the schools, and now their goal is to teach Black people in Florida how Black people is treated, right? And the benefits of slavery. Because they want us to focus on. Because, when they tell us you often focus on the negative of a situation rather than the positive. So they want us to focus on the positive of slavery and teach that to the kids so they have a better outlook on slavery. Mm-hmm. So when you want to go first? I know this is your baby.
I mean, I'll let Timmy go first.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
Don't break the order.
All right. Okay, my dog loaded. He got information.
He got information and everything.
When it came out, because I think it was Friday, something like
Wednesday,
that?
last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday,
yeah.
They announced it.
Yeah.
So what's your thought on what was stated and what was?
No, I think the first thing that came to mind was how or why. Why would you say, or how would you say slavery, Blacks benefited from slavery? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to understand what they're thinking are, and I'm thinking they're saying, hey, but I think what they believe came from slavery is something that was already instilled in us. We as African-American Black people have perseverance. We know how to overcome situations. We know how to push past the pain and keep on going. We know how to set aside our own benefits to help others, to help our families, to help our kids. So we'll take that sacrifice, we'll take the abuse, we'll take the whatever it is, mm-hmm. because we don't want it to be on our kids. Or the women back in the days took a lot of the beating because, you know what, they wanted to protect their husbands. They wanted to protect their kids. So in that instance, I don't think slavery brought that about. I believe that was already instilled in us because we as African-American people have that in us that we are the protector of our family and everything that we're above. So them putting that into place, from my belief, I've always been talking about it, it's just the way that Florida is trying to protect the sins of the United States. They don't want to address the sins that has been going on in the United States for all this time. So let's not talk about the negative part. Let's talk about the positive part. So that's just my piece in the beginning, and we'll just talk a little bit more about it.
Mr. Scholar, would you?
I'm far from a scholar, so I actually have a different point of view in reading on it. So basically, these board members voted unanimously.
Yeah, they was all on one accord.
They all agree with each other. They all agree with each other about this document that was prepared by this special task force that was, I guess 6 of them was appointed by the Commissioner of Education down here, Manny Diaz. So they are these people that are supposed to specialize in education and so on. So 10 of them, they developed this 3-month long process where they research everything that was currently being taught and what was omitted and put together this, how many pages was it? 216?
216 pages.
216 page document that kind of tells you tells the teachers how they should teach African American studies. I kind of think this was fluff to help Ron DeSantis' campaign. Let me tell you why. He knew if they put certain buzzwords in there, the left would react, and then the right was like, look at him attacking the woke again, right? And he got us to talk. Think about what was said in there. So I was reading it because I was like, I don't understand the big deal.
You read 200 and something pages?
No, I was reading
excerpts.
Let me retract my statement. I was reading an article. I read 4 different articles, one from Politico, one from New York Post, one from CBS News, and I forget the 4th one. But it was kind of bringing the excerpts out, and then they also gave you some color as into what happened in the meeting when they voted on it. So I was trying to read like what was so upsetting, right? And they kept on saying that one phrase in there says that they're going to teach that some African Americans benefit from skills during slavery. And the way that they brought examples were, I don't know the names of these people, but I'm pretty sure they really were slaves and they were whatever. But it was like blacksmiths. They was naming a whole bunch of
Blacksmith is a trade.
No,
that's a people.
I know it's a trade. I'm saying the people that they were blacksmiths. They had people that were crop, whatever the case may be, and basically they were farmers and whatever. They named specific people and they wanted them to be included, saying that look, because they were enslaved, these were the skills that they taught. Right. To me, I felt like we were already doing that, and then by them putting it in there, they knew the left would get mad, and then who would get credit for attacking the left? But that's not really an attack. It's a fact.
Yeah, because we do bring up like when someone
does
something, the first one to create the stoplight. We did the stoplight, right?
Yeah, like the stoplight or the Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad. Like we do always say, look how we persevered in these dark times. It's not like we never did that. We always did it. But now, because of the climate of today, we're thinking that they're trying to change anything when they're not changing anything. That's the one. And then the second thing, so another word that they changed was you have to teach that about crimes committed to and by African Americans. And Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club 2 days ago brought up the Ocoee massacre as one of the examples. But if you read, when I read the excerpt from it, what it said was you're going to teach about crimes committed to and by African Americans, not limited to. Then it says the Ocoee riots. It talk about the Selma, like all the those significant events where obviously there was things that was happening to us, right? Which we already did. You get what I mean? So we do that already. So I think this is a ploy to think that there's an attack on the curriculum when I don't think it's changing much. The only thing that may change that people may get upset about is that they're correcting the age appropriateness. So I guess for the preschoolers and
they can't see people getting
early,
whipped,
like
slaves.
They can't see the hard stuff. They can't see whatever because they're young children. But middle school and high school ages they'll start learning about all that. So they said it has to be age appropriate. I didn't see anything that defined what that meant if they limited it to that, but I'm assuming that's why people are also upset, just like they was upset when they passed you can't talk about pronouns and sexuality before 4th grade or 6th grade. But anyway, I didn't see what was the most upsetting part about it, and I think it's just a ploy by Ron DeSantis. I was watching the news. I was in Arkansas last week, and there's not much to do. The news is on, and a lot of people are saying that he's
talking about white people.
No, they're saying that the news is saying that he's losing steam.
Who, Ron DeSantis?
Yeah.
Yes, he's far behind.
Yeah,
Trump.
Because I think it was mentioned too that he only raised $20 million.
Yeah.
And you heard the word only, whereas Trump raised 80, and I think even what's the black guy that's running, and he's behind DeSantis, and I think
it's Tim Scott.
Tim Scott, and I think Tim Scott raised like 70 million or something like, or 50 million or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, because people kind of see him for he kind of fake. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say that you are for Trump in the beginning and then doing things opposite of Trump, and then the only thing you keep on talking about is woke. You get what I mean? So he's doing these things in order to kind of flip it. So that's my point. I think it's a ploy. I don't see. I think people that get angered by this is falling into the hands of what he's trying to do to make it divisive.
So two couple things, right? To your point, what you were saying, I think it's opposite. I think it is the Democrats that's they're the ones who's looking at trigger words and saying it out loud. Because just think about if Ron DeSantis came to Florida and put out a African American literature or curriculum that made sense. How would that look? Like, how would that look if he actually said, you know what, the way y'all was teaching it, put it this way, it makes sense, right? Because what you saying, what they really harping on, we did anyway. We talked about the positive people in the slaves that turned on their masters, the slaves that started owning these businesses that was able to learn. They taught each other to read. We done that already. You get what I'm saying? So now, I think the Democrats looked at it and said, "Hey man, this make too much sense." You get what I'm saying? He can be able to if we allow him to champion this, it's gonna help him with the votes with the black community and other communities because he's actually doing something to uplift the black. Or not saying that he is, but I think they looked at it and said, "Hey, if we said that, if we use this word saying that slaves benefit from slavery, we know people gonna get mad and get upset because we know what really happened in slavery, right? Even though when he explained it, he was saying like, yeah, I mean, some people, because the back end, when the people that came over that was born from Africa, they had certain skills and stuff that that help you pick them and bring them to your farm. But then there were certain skills and stuff that they learned once they got on the farm that you pass down to generation to generation because that's the type of work they had to do.
We was ready here.
I mean, but hey, if you say that's what you saying, but I'm just saying I think that's the part of it where I think it's more so the Democrats saying, hey, or the left saying, hey, we can't allow him to celebrate anything, and we already know that black people gonna snap if he bring up slavery and he makes slavery look good. And again, I didn't read through all the pages like you said you did, but I think that's another ploy. Not saying that DeSantis is right, but I think it is a type of strategy by the left to say we gonna point out. And you see how when the last time we heard from Kamala Harris? That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but that's
because now all of a sudden she's speaking. She been missing for 3-4 months now. That's at a peep. As soon as that came out, she's speaking about it.
But I think for her, she needed to speak about it because
she dead in the water.
Not dead in the water.
She
it's
dead.
just no. I mean, whatever how you gonna say dead in the water,
She
but
can't be president.
it can't be Joe Biden fighting as well. Talking about this, it have to be her because she's an African American woman. She's a woman that's supposed to be up there setting the standards of what positive African American people look like, what positive people should be aspired towards. When I first heard of it, like I said, I thought it was a ploy because it's like, why now? Why do we need to change the curriculum now? And DeSantis has been in office 4 years prior to that. If you look at his policies and terms and stuff, this second term around, he's being so radical to making the people think something wrong with this dude. Right? So why all of a sudden do you feel this way? Why all of a sudden that you feel that you have to change the curriculum with African American studies? Why do you have to feel this way that you have to start talking about gays and all this? What changed in his mind and perception? Yeah. So I think for us, that's the stuff we're trying to look at now. Is like, why now?
Yeah, and in a compound on that, my personal opinion of it, now that like I said, it is a ploy, but my personal opinion of it is that it is dangerous though. I don't want to dismiss it. It is dangerous, but I just think we're falling into his hand. The reason why I say it's dangerous is as a scholar, as when you're being taught something, you're supposed to be told the facts, and you make assumptions on your own. You get what I mean? You can't use words like they benefited, or this was good, or this was even this was bad. You just have to state the facts as into what happened. Slavery in America lasted from before 1776 and ended in 1860, whatever year that was. It ended.
Not to cut you off, but I want to also state this as well. The same thing this Ron DeSantis is telling us about woke, he's doing it in a reverse kind of way. If you think about it, because you remember how, and if you think about it now, he's saying, "Hey, it didn't really hurt, but look, y'all benefit from it." That's like wokeism in reverse,
right? Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I'm a opponent of, obviously everyone. You can't tell people how to react to something, right? So if a white kid says, "Oh, slavery isn't that bad," morally, yeah, he might be wrong, but you can't force people to react a certain way. You get what I mean? If you're teaching the ethics and moral class, maybe. You get what I'm saying? So they like to use the word indoctrinate a lot. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? Indoctrinate simply means to teach someone to think and feel the way that you want them to feel. So them using words or adjectives to describe facts kind of adds to that. So when you teach something, you should teach it like absent of adjectives and so on and so forth. You get what I mean?
I not to change the direction, but I think I admire the Republican Party for Florida, right?
White people.
Nah, it's no, the Republican, because you have some Spanish and black people that agree with it. The reason why I admire it is because when Democrats get into office or get the chokehold on certain things, oh man, we don't want to look bad, man. We don't do this, man. Republicans say, hey man, y'all beat us. Like when Trump lost, man, they got upset and won all these seats in different houses and stuff like that, and started changing the laws on abortion. Started changing the laws. They got the courts to overturn Roe versus Wade. Like they went full blast on turning the country the way they see it, right? And I think the reason why the Democrats and the country haven't turned, because the Democrats too soft. Like even AOC, what's her name? Dang, how you say her name?
The loudmouth lady from New York, we know.
Yeah, like even for her, she'd be like, "Hey man, we need to do this," and here go the Democrats. No, I don't think we need. We need to work together. And the Republicans say no. Whenever they control anything, any state or anything like that, they push all the laws and legislation in their way to make sure that they get what they want. And I think that's the issue with Democrats, and I think that's why you see a lot of black people pushing back on them now. That's why you see a lot of people from saying that Obama didn't do anything, because they feel like, man, I get what y'all saying, that we need to kumbaya, but nah, if you want to make change, you got to go against the grain. You got to get some people got to be upset with you, and you got to make those decisions and create the environment that you're asking for, rather than asking for. You got to create.
Real quick, jump in to piggyback what you're saying. I agree, but I think what the Republicans can do that because they can attack black people. Because why? We're gonna make noise for a few days, and what's gonna happen? Nothing is gonna happen. What I'm saying, listen. When you attack the LGBT community, what happens? They fighting forever. That issue doesn't go away. When you do something against the Jewish individuals, what happened? They fight. They go to all this stuff and they do it. So they believe, honestly, that's what I think. They can do this stuff about African Americans because you know why? We're going to make noise for a couple of days. Then after that, we're not going to say anything no
I disagree,
more.
Though.
How you disagree?
I'm going to tell you why. Because, see, what people do is, let me ask you a question. Who you think got a bigger community, LGBT or black?
LGBT by far.
So who do you think got a bigger community?
It doesn't matter.
Jewish, hold on.
It doesn't matter. It's not. It don't come by their size.
Yes.
No, it does not.
I'm gonna ask you a question. How many people that have in power? They do LGBT community people have more people in power than or blacks?
Probably
Do
blacks.
Jewish?
Probably blacks.
You crazy? You don't think half
Not
of you don't think
not openly.
yes? So you listen.
LGBT openly?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Let me sit back and ask you. If you saying
Like
if
you talking about in the house in
everywhere, I'm talking about in the house, corporate, everywhere. Listen, let me.
But I'm saying I'm not just
maybe.
talking about I'm
But
not just
listen,
talking about House of
but let me
Representatives.
government-
Hear what you hear what I'm saying. Hear me out before y'all try to look. If you got a gay dude that's in Congress, right? And I'm gay and I'm quiet, right? I'm not telling nobody, right? And then there's some laws on deck that's gonna change how we look at gay people. I might secretly be like, okay, yeah, I ain't gonna fight it too much. I got the power. Oh, I'm gonna tell them what to do. Hey, do it this way and we'll get it passed. Write it this way, we're gonna get it passed. When you have power, the black community, we have influence, but we don't have power. A lot of the stuff that we do, the culture, a lot of the ideas and the way we dress, look and stuff, yes, we might influence the country. We might have a big influence, music and stuff like that, but we do not have the power as the LGBTQ community, the power as the Jewish community. Saying the first thing they tell you about the Jewish community, if you don't listen, they're going to cut these people out. Nick Cannon went out the way and said Jewish people, whatever he said about Jewish people, they didn't get out. Did you see any Jewish people protest? All they did was the Jewish person that owned what he was working at told him, you got to leave. As a black community, who gonna make who leave? All we got is protests, and who want think about it? Who want to walk up and down the street for 8 hours?
Box. That's what I'm saying. Even
More
when
than 2 weeks.
even the thing with Nick Cannon, there was a lot of Jewish people came on the news, came on the Twitter and defended why went against it.
But
That's
they
what
had the power to make
Tavares,
him leave.
listen to what I'm saying. They came on, made noise a little bit. Whenever something happened for African American black people, we will talk for a little. We would think about it. We will talk for a couple of days. Then after that, we move on to something else.
Cause let me ask you this: what African American if you say something about them, they can take it away from you?
Tyler Perry.
What do we have that they can take from you?
Tyler Perry could take no more Medea movies. You will not be on BET.
But
Yes.
no. But
That's
listen,
what I'm saying.
Listen,
There's
Box.
we do
Box,
not
listen.
have enough power to make any change. Like, think about it. Even when you go,
But
to
if we still have that mentality, stuff is never gonna change, and they always gonna put us down.
no, but
It is. They always gonna put us down.
But you know how
put up
but
stuff
why-
up against us.
No,
hold on, wait. This is what you're confusing from what we're saying. You said that the minority groups who are oppressed, that's most represented, is Jewish people and LGBTQ,
Asian,
whatever.
Hispanics.
Right. I counter that with saying, I don't think those three things are oppressed. Jews aren't oppressed; they're disliked. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Hold
yeah.
on, Jews are just LGBTQ, whatever. I get they think they're oppressed, but they're just not liked. You get what I'm saying about certain people? Black people they're oppressed. You get what I'm saying? So it's a difference. So we, in my opinion, are the most persevering. I'm trying to say these
That's
words
a
good.
persevering,
So
yeah.
we're the most persevering ethnic / minority group because those other groups are just disliked. Now, hold on, wait. Let me keep on going. Why is it like that? Because none of those other ethnic groups started off with, everybody else with a 20-yard head start. You get what I'm saying? Because, I don't know if y'all remember.
You proved my point.
Hold on, let me tell you.
Okay, but you proved
let
my point.
Let me just finish the thought. I'm not trying to prove you wrong or right. I'm just giving you my thought. So, do y'all remember that time that there was, and I'm sorry, I don't know who interviewed her, but Roseanne had an interview. And she was saying she don't understand why, Jews were mad that people were saying they run Hollywood when Jewish people started Hollywood. She's saying that's like saying if someone says black people run hip hop and you get mad that there's a lot of black executives. They're like, that's idiotic. You started it. You get what I mean? So I bring that up to say, Jewish people and a lot of things, Jewish people, even like you said, the hitting gay people who don't say they gay, but just doing the laws so they could get passed or whatever. I still think black people are in a strong place. I agree with Timmy a little bit that, we do fight, we do whatever, but it's just that I think there's one half of black people who, I'm going to say it for what it is, want something for nothing. And there's another group who understand how the world works, and that is a capitalist system, and we can't marry the two. There's still people saying that, we need restitution. What is the thing?
Reparations.
Reparations.
What's wrong with you today?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm tired. So reparations.
Reparations.
There's some people that say we need reparations, whatever that word is, that we need to get paid. We need to get 40 acres in a mule because of what we went through. There's still people who thinks, they want something for nothing. Like that's not how the world works. Like Jewish people ain't asking for that.
So hold on, a couple things. It's not that they want something for nothing. They really just saying run us back for what y'all did. So it's just like if you
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you.
No, but what I'm saying is because how you phrase it is because I don't want it to sound like they're asking. It's not them asking something for nothing, right? What they saying is because no, it's not because of the systems and how you treated black people. They want the people that did it to some way kind of get it back, right? So let me hold on. Let me give you an example. So again, if you had a nice if you had $100 or $500 in your pocket and your girlfriend threw it in the water and it went away, right? You lost $500. They want your girlfriend some type of way to get that $500 back. So same thing.
It's not the same thing.
I'm gonna tell you it's the same thing. I'm gonna tell you because you so ready to tell me why nothing ain't the same and listen to me. God damn it, bro.
Go tell me.
So what I'm saying is slavery, because of slavery, because again, think about how many more people would have had access to assets. Right, because remember, even in Tulsa, you had a whole community where you own banks and stuff. How you pass that to your kids? Because you seen the last lady of the old lady that was part of the Tulsa riots try to sue Oklahoma, and they didn't even give her permission to sue. Not that she sued and she lost. They told her she can't even go to court with it and sue, right? So again, if those your ancestors, right? Think about those farms. If you go to Georgia and all those farms and stuff and places they took away from the people when they initially came from slavery, would have been passed down. If that's your great great granddaddy or grandfather, right? You as a citizen is looking and saying, bro, you owe me something because you took away my ability to have my family pass down the stuff that the white people are having. So now I want some way for y'all to pay me back. So now again, the issue might be we don't know who those people is, who the descendants are. That might be difficult, but there's still a level of, again, because it doesn't apply to all black people. That's another thing too, because again, our family descended from the Caribbean, so it won't apply to us. So that saying all black people get it is not is where they try to mingle it together. You get what I'm saying? If your ancestors, if you had your ancestors had land, just like in California, you seen they just gave them people back where they took the whole, and they still sold it back to them for only $40 million. They gave them back. I don't know what it was in California, where the land that was taken from them, they gave it back to their ancestors. I mean the kids or great grandkids or whatever, and they still sold it back anyway. So if some way we can get that back, that's not asking for nothing for something. That's really something you owe me. So run me back. Again, it's not for all black people because all black people didn't have the sending to get it. So it's not asking for something for free. And then secondly, what I'm saying is the reason why we sit here and say to ourselves, hey, black people, we divided. We all Jewish people don't agree with each other. It's just the fact that the ones that matter decides which way we're gonna take route. So again, in the case of Kyrie Irving, the reason why we could suspend you until you get out the way, because the person that runs it, you offended me. You get what I'm saying? I can promise you, if it was a black organization that he offended, we wouldn't have to say anything. We could have just got rid of him.
That's not true.
Yes. So you trying to say a black organization won't find you?
Of course. I mean,
hold on, time out. So you say that what you say, right? What just happened at FAM?
What happened?
Yeah, fam. They went out there and did this explicit video, and guess what happened? They didn't like it, and what they did to the black people, they suspended them. Right?
The coach did that.
Yeah, yes, because he had the power. They didn't do it because people protested. That ain't had nothing to do with protest. What I'm saying is when you give consequences to people when they do stuff, is the power is not in the protest. More the power is an ability to have someone within your organization or that's over that organization or in that field to make the decision and agree with what you're saying.
Can I ask you a question? What you asked me? You just said Kyrie Irving, if he would have said something about a black organization, nothing would have happened to him.
No. What I'm saying, if he just said this, if Kyrie Irving, if the Nets was owned by a black organization and he said we hate black people or black people ain't like you say or how you say black people are lazy, and I'm a black.
He didn't say that, dog. Don't put that out. He did not say that.
Did I say that?
Okay, I mean you say black people want something for nothing, right?
No, that's not what I said.
He said there are two types of people, individuals and stuff like that.
The black people. Okay, thank you. Even explaining that, you saying that there's some black people that want something for nothing, or however, right? Somebody could have took me as a black owner. You work for me, and I took offense to what you said. Do I do and say people got online?
That's wanting something for nothing.
Hold on. Hear what I'm saying. So you made that statement. You work for me, and then say half of Twitter say, man, bro, that's messed up. How you talking about black people? Me because you offended me. Now I can do something about it. I don't need the Twitter and the organization for them to sit there and protest for 6 years for it to get change.
Okay.
Because I have power. That's what I'm saying. The reason why you get more results, right? When it comes to other community is because those people are in power. Right now, what we as the black community need to do is get a better stakehold and have more power on the things that we want to get, that we participate in, right? Because now you have a lot of rappers selling they masters, right? Again, I know they explain it too. It's just only for a certain period of time, certain type of money. Like again, as a record label, think about it. If the black community own the record labels, they have the ability to control what music come out, right? Because if they feel like that's offensive to our community, we put it out. Whereas you have most of those record labels are owned by white people. So now they don't. When another black person is talking about another black person, it doesn't impact them. So they don't care putting it out. That's what I'm saying. It's not, I know we want to bring it on that we as black people don't come to get not on the same page or we not protesting or whatever. We have to put ourselves in a position to have the power to make those impacts. So therefore, goes back to what we saying, voting, right? If we as a black community do a better job putting, again, they put Ron DeSantis in. We had we not gonna scapegoat, but we not gonna forget my boy. What's the one that got caught in the bathroom with the
He was not in the bathroom. I mean, Andrew Gillum.
Andrew Gillum, right? Mm-hmm. If we'd have went back behind Andrew Gillum and we put him in over Ron DeSantis, none of this stuff would be going on. We wouldn't have to be worried about no African American studies going on because that would have been our guy in there. We didn't do what we needed to do to have the power now to have a say so. They put that guy in there.
But that's what Timmy said.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's not just simple as we have protests we giving up.
No, I didn't say nothing about protests.
I
didn't mention protests at all.
Yeah, he did say protest.
No, I didn't.
Man, we're gonna check the tape. You said protest.
I said,
like Terrell said, black people are lazy.
I said when we don't get together and talk about it we talk about it for a little bit and then it dissipate. I didn't say anything about protesting. That has nothing to do with protest. Protesting probably helped back in the day. Protesting really don't do as much now, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Bring more awareness to what's going on, more people talking. So if I'm going on a TV talk show, I'm going to bring that up, regardless if you ask me about it or not, because I know it's going to bring more attention to it. So that's where the power comes in. How many stars, black stars, go on TV shows and they give them a platform to talk? That's your opportunity to talk about it right there. If you feel that adamant about something, every time they put a mic in front of my mouth, I'm going to talk about it. Hey, I don't like how they treat black people down there and such and such.
But then my question is, if I'm benefit, see, that's another thing that we have to understand too. If I'm benefit from the system, why would I talk about the system?
You're not explaining. So that's what I'm saying.
I am explaining.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not understanding you, man.
This is what I'm saying. Listen. We as African Americans, if we're not trying to go outside the box and start doing different things, like, hey, I'm okay with not being in Hollywood no more because my opinion matters, right? We don't have enough people saying that. We don't have enough saying, you know what? I'm going to come out here and talk about how disgraceful this is, and I don't care if I'm going to lose millions and billions of dollars because I'm doing this to help my people from suffering. When it comes to the Jewish people, they're willing to do that. Yeah, I think they are. They're willing to...
But that's what.
But that's
I think hold on.
Box,
I think it's unfair because when they kick Nick Cannon out when they kick him out from Wild 'N Out, there's no sacrifice. It's just getting rid of him.
But what are you talking about?
So what I'm saying is the fight is a little different. So we can't. Reason why I'm saying we can't compare.
All right, listen.
What I'm saying
Box.
is we can't compare the communities because one community has access to power that another community doesn't have. You keep
going back on. I understand what you're saying. They running everything.
Yes.
But we are a community in ourselves. If we're not trying to give up the sacrifice, what we would lose, then it defeat the whole purpose. If Tyler Perry, one of the biggest black person out there in the world, right? When it comes to money wise and the amount of power he has. If Tyler Perry gets up and start talking about how this affecting people, then it makes a difference. What the white people going to say? Oh man, we're not going to watch his shows no more. But is he willing to do that? Is he willing to say, I might lose this? The rappers, if I come out as a rapper and say, you know what, I'm against this, all this other stuff, are they willing to lose that money? I'm saying those people who have the power to influence, they can be able to go out there and continue fighting for this cause and say we need to treat black people better. We need to stop putting this down because you have the power. We can't keep saying, oh, we need to do this, and that. No, they have the platform to do it, but they're not taking advantage of it. That's what I'm saying, right? Why do you think it's important that we talk about this today? We don't have that much power, but why are we talking about this today?
Because we care about it.
Exactly. Now, how many people else?
But we ain't losing nothing either.
But see,
you still get to go to work though.
But that's what I'm saying. Listen, who knows that something happened? If we talk about this, we might lose our job or whatnot. but only because our platform is not big enough. But listen to what I'm saying. If our platform was big enough and we come on here and do it.
But we didn't say anything that would cause us to lose our jobs. Now we didn't have an opinion. We just stated facts mostly, and then we kind of.
But no. But what I'm saying,
he's saying if we was in a position, he not saying that we said anything. Now he just saying if we were in a position, we would have the opportunity to say things that could cost us.
But that's the thing. Like we have to. Black people have power, but we have power in which the avenue we was only able to, entertainment and athletics, right? That's basically what we was brought over here to do and to work. So that's why you see most of our power or most of our celebrity and like wealth, I guess, is in those two areas. In athleticism and or sports.
It's entertainment.
But to your point, Colin Kaepernick. What did he do?
What's wrong with y'all pronunciation?
What Colin Kaepernick did? He was willing to give up that. That's what I'm saying. If we had more people like Colin Kaepernick, I don't know what he do on the outside, whatever his life is, but if we had more people to stand up and say, you know what, I'm not going for this.
Yeah, but he also wasn't good.
He was, dog. The man took him to.
He had one good year.
He actually had two. He actually had three. Okay. No, he actually had three.
Okay, listen to me. I'm gonna give you an example. Right? Let's say Colin Kaepernick taking knees, whatever. Right? Boom. People gonna start to chirp, whatever. But let's say what's a prominent? Let's say Patrick Mahomes start taking a knee. They gonna sit down in the room with him, be like, "Hey, man."
But listen, but that's what I'm going right back to what you're saying.
I don't think it had whatever to do with because white people, because look at the all NBA teams were protesting, kneeling, doing all this other stuff during 2020 when all that stuff was happening with George Floyd, right? Went on with our lives, right? Colin Kaepernick, people be like, "Oh, he's a martyr." you wasn't celebrity enough, bro.
But no. But
but you looked at it wrong though.
Patrick Mahomes.
No, but you looked at it wrong though, because again, that's two different things. What you're stating is Patrick Mahomes can make the change. He's big enough to make the change, whereas Kaepernick isn't. But again, Kaepernick did sacrifice though, because again, Patrick Mahomes, see, it won't be a sacrifice for Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes know if he take a knee or he feels some type of way or anything, Kansas City gonna do whatever they can to get what he need. Whereas Kaepernick know, because and again, he wasn't sorry, he just was an average quarterback.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So no, but what I'm saying is, because he was an average quarterback, he understand his value wasn't the same, right? So meaning there's a more likelihood of him losing his job than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes won't get. He wouldn't be. If Patrick Mahomes knew right now, and the NFL said, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna hire 10 new coaches," and they hire 10 new coaches. It's not a sacrifice, because we already know Patrick Mahomes. They gonna listen to him, just like when they pick up players on the team. They saying, "Patrick, who we gonna draft? What you think?" They not doing that with Kaepernick, so it's not a sacrifice for Patrick. That's why it's more. So that's why I'm saying it's more. It's what Colin Kaepernick did is more bravery than if any star
I'm not
did.
questioning his bravery. I mean,
So the impact. So what I'm saying is the impact, I think, is greater, because the greater of the standard of saying what I'm willing to sacrifice what I love, because it is. Whereas Kaepernick, or say Brady or whoever the big top player was at the time, decided to do it, they would have folded. You know what I'm saying? So I think it is a level of.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, it's two different things.
No, I'm not questioning his bravery.
Yeah, you kind of. Yes, you is.
No, I'm not. I said the reason why
y'all need to watch this. You need to rewatch the podcast and understand y'all are saying what I'm telling you. Y'all.
No, wait. What I'm telling you is, I'm not questioning his bravery. I said it didn't work because he wasn't good enough. That's what you said too. You agreed.
What you said was it wasn't. You said it wasn't a sacrifice because he was nobody. Because he was. You didn't he not say that?
No.
Listen. Said because he's sorry.
All I'm saying is,
I said because he's sorry didn't work.
Listen, all I'm saying is, if we have more people like individuals who have power standards walk away, just like now, why are the people we don't have the money movies and new stuff now? Because the actors strike, because the writers strike. Thinking about all these other, I know you might say it doesn't matter, but I just think about all of these prominent writers stop writing, all the prominent actors stop acting because they want to fight for this. Right?
We will still get content.
No, but get what I'm saying, Box. People will still be missing that. That makes an impact.
No, they won't.
You trying to tell me if Denzel stopped making movies?
Yes.
If you trying to,
yes.
Come on, boss.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Timmy, I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna tell you. Okay, can I just? All I'm saying is, dog. All I'm saying is one thing. If these prominent people stop doing, it's gonna make an impact, and people will see. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
regardless if you feel stuff will keep on going on. Yes, stuff will keep going on. Stuff will still going on, dog. Yes. It will still keep going on regardless.
You know what the issue is? Because the reason why I said it will continue to go on is because, one, the AI will write the script for you. That's what they arguing about. They don't want technology. And again, we have enough technology now where we can just make a face, put an actor in there, and make a movie. But a high percentage of the movie is digital. It's they go on the computer and do all that. Yeah, so that's what the actors fighting for. I'm just telling you that. Now you say football, yes. If the whole football organization said we're not gonna play until y'all hire 10 new coaches or sell 3 teams to a black ownership, right? Then yes, that's different. So it's all in the context of who has the power, and that's why. That's my point exactly. That's two communities that works for an organization, but you get a different result because you don't have power. See, the actors, the reason why the movies ain't...
I agree with you saying. All I'm saying...
Yeah, but that's like saying the black and the Jewish community.
I'm just saying, boss, we don't see enough people willing to sacrifice to for the greater good. That's all I'm saying. We don't see enough African Americans. If they make a small impact, whatever the impact is, make the impact.
Don't worry, I'm gonna call out of my job tomorrow and let them know. Like, I don't like all these white people here. I'm joking.
But that's what it boils down to. What if they'd wrote the same thing and say, you know what, the Jewish people benefited from the Holocaust, man, this thing would have been an uproar. You get what I'm saying?
They would have been mad, but nobody would have.
It would have been an uproar as well. The same thing.
Jewish history or Latin?
They do have Jewish history.
Yeah,
they teach it in school too.
But how you learn about the Holocaust in school?
I watched the movie.
No,
I watched
in school. In school.
No, they let you. They told you to watch Schindler's List.
That's all they do. They made me watch Schindler's List. That was my education on the Holocaust. I didn't learn about it again.
Yeah, but
it was a section that they told you inside your history.
Yes,
they had to. You have to learn.
But that's another thing. With African American history. It's not like it's being taught in school year round all day. You get a segment on it of when they give you the information, they keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same thing.
That's another thing. Like, I don't remember being repeatedly taught. You were recently in high school about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, you about to be 10 years, my boy.
So, 10 years.
Did they teach you Holocaust every year or Jewish history? Do you know what the movie Schindler's List is?
I think everybody watched Schindler's List.
We went to the movies
and watched Schindler's List.
You know what Schindler's List is, right, Mel?
We watched it in school, right? It was in school. We went
to the movie theaters. We went to the movie theaters and watched it.
Movie theater first?
I was in middle school, so I know y'all was out of high school.
Damn, dog.
I was in middle school when they showed it to me.
In school.
In school.
That was on DVD by then.
Like, I didn't even.
I remember.
We went to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I remember what see. That's the crazy part. I know for a fact I did not go to nobody movies.
I went to it. I went to the movies and watched it.
Hey, and then another thing. Did y'all learn anything about
when the Schindler's List came out?
When we dropped during Pearl Harbor.
Google Schindler's List when it came
out. During Pearl Harbor, when they attacked when they attacked Pearl Harbor, you know they put Asian people in concentration camps in America.
Yeah.
I didn't learn that in high school.
I did too.
You learned that in high school?
No, you didn't learn that in high school.
How y'all go? What day is
Pearl Harbor happened?
When do you think when Schindler's came out?
93. Yeah, 93.
Thank you. I was not in high school. You was in goddamn middle school when it came out.
I didn't say when it came out. I said when they watched it to me.
Yeah, so that's
it was on DVD.
But that's why I'm saying I know again. I think it was high school when they showed us Schindler's List.
No, I remember because it was 9th grade. I watched it. We went to the movies and watched it.
You was in high school in 93?
Yes.
So y'all went to the movie.
We went to the movie theaters to watch it.
Okay, then. So it was a part of school.
It was a part of school, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Most history that you...
And you know what else they showed me?
It's rarely that
you know what else they showed me? Malcolm X, the one with Denzel Washington.
That came out when you were in high school too?
I think so.
A little bit before.
A little before.
93?
It was like 91 Malcolm X.
You sure? I don't know because you said you was... Okay.
No, I'm just saying I was looking... I think I remember seeing it was 91 or 92.
Yes. So I think I just to bring it back, my thing is, one, we gotta understand too the fight that we listening to. I think the Democrats are using this for us to say that look at us, we don't want to vote them in, they hate black people. You know what I'm saying? Because they're using buzzwords as well to when they report information or stuff that's changed to make sure that they do get us on their side. So I think we have to do a better job of informing ourselves and read, like how you said, you read it. You broke down. I mean, a lot of stuff that they just worded it differently, but we do talk about some of the stuff that slaves learned while they were in slavery, and they turn around and parlay that into something different, right? Just the words that we use, we understand it's not a benefit. It was just a way that we had to survive after being put through something traumatic, right? And we know the impact that it has. So I think we as a community have to do a better job with when something comes out, not just taking the buzzword or looking for it. We research it ourselves so we can have a better understanding of what they're trying to tell us what's going on. Not saying that what DeSantis is doing is right, but we still need to have the information as well.
I think for me to end it out on my part, two things. One, we as African American people have to learn how to teach our own history. Read those books. There's a lot of books out there that talks about African American history. We can do it because if we just sat there and talk about it, they're not going to talk about a whole history of African American history in middle school, high school, or elementary. They will focus mainly in the month of February because it's what? Black History Month, but it's not a whole curriculum. When you go to college, you can actually go and study African American history for as many semesters as you want to, right? So that being said, we as a community have to learn how to teach it within ourselves. And other ones, we can't keep relying on other people to fight for us. We're not gonna fight for ourselves. That's it, right? That's what boils down to.
Now fight for us with sacrifice.
Fight and sacrifice, however you want to put it. Because some people fight for a little bit and some people fight their whole life. So if all of us can fight for the duration of the time that we are here to get equal rights, to be treated equally, I think the world, people understand us and see us in a different light.
Yeah, I think both of y'all said it perfectly. I was going to say both things y'all said. One, don't take the, like you said, don't take the buzz headlines. Kind of research it yourself, and you'll notice that there's not too much to be upset about. Obviously, the man is running for president. If you was running for president, you'll do the same thing too to appeal to your fan base. So don't get too mad about it. And Tim is right. We got to teach our own history. One of the things I appreciated was my line brother, DeShazo, brought TJ a book, and it was labeled "Know Your Rights," and it was like a simple elementary breakdown of the Bill of Rights. That was the time that teacher was like, "Daddy, we need a gun right here. It says we can have a gun in our house." He said we got to protect ourselves because it said we can have one. So, you got to teach your kids your own history.
All right. So yeah, I think it is a good. We didn't have enough time to cover everything or go through everything. We could have been a little in detail. I do advise that we all do our research, get our own information.
Maybe a part 2. You never know.
Or
DeSantis is still in office.
Or you can do what you could do is share this to as much people as you can, so they can hear the podcast. I think we educated a lot of people just now, right?
And not only that, just so they can comment on. We can continue the conversation through the comments. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So comment and tell us what you think. So it's your boy Dean,
Tim,
Teran,
and you just listened to another episode of Dean's Office. Yo,
great job, fellas.